Sheriff,
Yes.
will you repeat after me? I state
Yes.
your name.
I, Sheriff Karis White Oak.
Swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Good.
Good.
Karis. Your Honor, I would like to enter into evidence several articles of clothing and a specific statement by the defense.
Alright, please hand the,
It's a lot, Your Honor.
Oh, alright. And then just go ahead and put it in the box.
Your Honor, objection to the statement. My client wishes to withdraw his statement that he's written. I have possession a amended statement.
Your Honor, this statement was given to the sheriff by the defendant well in advance to any charges being placed.
Yes.
Your Honor, this statement was written under emotional distress.
I will... Give me one moment. I will consider the evidence, but I will keep it in mind as to the time frame of this statement.
Your Honor, the evidence is in the coffer down beneath you if you would like to take a look.
Alright, and then once I'm done, if the defense would also like to see the evidence, they have the opportunity to as well.
Defense is, I'm sorry, may I speak?
Not yet.
Karis, you're a witness. No, you can't.
I have already seen it, but I would see it again to make sure it is everything.
What the fuck are people smoking with this, like, shit? Like, fucking talking fumes? They're not talking right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. the fuck's happening right now, man? Like, they're not talking. What the fuck is happening? Is she in recess right now? I don't know what the fuck's going on. I guess we'll just chill here.
All right. I've read the statement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Able to go up and read it quickly just to ensure it's the same as the I have?
As you wish.
You may.
Jesus. Took long enough.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Of course. Dr. Hauser, you may continue with your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sheriff White Oak, would you come look in this evidence locker and verify that the articles of clothing into it were given to you by the defendant?
Yes.
And would you
Those
look
appear
at
to
that
be-
written statement and verify that that is the statement given to you by the defendant?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Pardon me. Now, on the night in question, had the bank been blown up?
Before I came back home from the trial, yes.
So explosive barrels were used on the building of the bank, correct?
Yes.
Were any of the vaults opened with explosive barrels?
Yes, the Citizen Vault was.
Okay. The Citizen Vault was located on the second floor, was it not?
I honestly don't know where it was located. I hadn't been in the bank.
Okay. In your experience, can a bank vault be opened with the same barrel that is used to blow the outside wall of a bank?
No.
So it would take at least 2 barrels to successfully open up a bank vault, correct?
2 or more.
We're going with the minimum, assuming perfect placement on everything, 2 barrels.
Yes.
There is no doubt in your mind, as a law enforcement officer, that the intent was to blow open the bank and blow open a vault to take the money.
Yes. No doubt.
No doubt.
Objection, hearsay, how could
Your Honor,
that intention?
Sheriff White Oak
Wait,
is a professional gunsmith.
Hang on. Let her finish her objection, please.
There is no way that Karis knew that the intention of the there's no way for her to know the intentions unless she is secretly
Oh shit.
Please rephrase your question. Sustained.
Sheriff White Oak, you've already stated that it is not possible to blow open a bank wall and a bank vault with the same explosive, correct?
Yes, I know that to be true because I participated in the quote-unquote blow the bank event at the fair yesterday or day before yesterday, and it took a bunch, and when I say a bunch, I mean more than 5 or 6 kegs to blow the vault.
So, in your professional opinion as a gunsmith and a law enforcement officer, you would have to place a explosive keg directly on a vault to blow it open.
More than one, yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. No more questions.
Defense, your witness.
Karis, are you
Yes.
able to inform the court of how you obtained the statement that was being entered into?
The one that Gilbert White wrote.
Correct.
His sister Lilac had me go to his house, and he came out, and actually he had me go in the house, and
Why the fuck would you? What?
he handed the statement to her and asked her to hand it to me, and she immediately handed it to me.
Why were you at his house on the day?
She told me that she was going to try to get him to turn himself in, and she let me know that he was ready to turn himself in.
Well,
That's
like-
why I was there, to me. Turn himself in to me.
So, in your opinion, is what could be the reason that he had the sudden change of heart?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
We'll rephrase the question. So, just clarify. You were there on the day because Lilac had came to you stating that he was willing to turn himself in. How long before Lilac's trial?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
My point will be proven in a moment if you let me.
I'll allow it, but tread carefully.
Will do. How much before Lilac's trial would he have turned?
I'm really not sure of the time. I know it was before her trial. Before the time of her
Maybe
trial.
give a rough estimate, a couple of hours, multiple hours, a day, just roughly.
Probably at least an hour. It had to put a number on it. But I
An
wasn't paying
hour
attention to the
before it.
time.
So, an hour before his sister was going to a high crime trial where she was potentially going to be hung, Mr. Gilbert White decided to turn himself in.
Objection, Your
Was
Honor.
there any...
Objection.
Calls into question whether or not Ms. Schwartz would have been found guilty. There is no facts and evidence to assume she would or would not have been found guilty at that trial.
Sustained.
They're really going at each other. This is fucking great.
Found guilty and sentenced to the fate that he had watched two of his friends suffer. Was there any other reasoning that he turned himself in, for example, plea deal with
Objection,
Lilac?
Your Honor. Again, calls for speculation.
Did you offer him a deal that if he turned himself in, Lilac's charges would be dropped?
I did not offer him any deal. I offered her a deal.
So you offered her a deal that if he turned himself in, she would have her charge.
Her felony endangerment charge, not her high crime charge. Her high crime charge had already been dropped.
This is great.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe she had even been charged with a felony endangerment of life. She
Not
Objection,
yet,
Your
no.
Honor.
with bank robbery.
We're still in relevance territory.
Get to the
Lilac-
point, please.
Did Lilac have a chance to speak to Gilbert in between you offering her the deal to give her the plea if he turned himself in and him giving you the statement?
I'm sure she probably did. I'm not her mother, so I wasn't around her all the time after I talked to her.
There was a period of time, though, in between when you talked to her and when he gave you said statement.
Is there a question there?
I'm just clarifying.
I'm assuming yes.
Okay. I'm done.
Dr. Hauser, redirect?
No redirection, Your Honor.
Alright. Thank you, Sheriff. You may step down. If everyone would please take a moment to stretch your legs before we move on to the next witness.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If anybody else want to enter the courthouse, now is your time.
No, thank you.
I'm comfortable here.
Mr. White, I do highly recommend that you stretch your legs before your knees knock up. I will not have you passing out in my courtroom as an excuse for any mishandlings. Thank you. You're going to need to move around a little bit more than that, actually. Things can be a little, get some circulation. There we are. Alright, if everyone will have their seat, we'll continue. Dr. Hauser, you may call your second witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, prosecution calls the defendant, Gilbert White.
Giblet.
Yes, after me. I state your name.
I, Gilbert White,
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Good.
Mr.
Thank you,
White,
you may
would you...
proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. White, please state your full name, trade, and residence for the record.
Gilbert White, Taylor, and, where I live?
Please.
on Salvation Lake, kind of off a river off of it.
All right, that's fine. We just want a general location. You say, excuse me, Your Honor. You say your trade is as a tailor?
Yep.
So you would be entirely capable of crafting 6, 7, 8 burlap masks?
Yep.
And these masks, what use do they have?
Well, we threatened everybody, so we were going to take a bunch of hostages. Because we didn't have any kegs, so, you know.
All right,
Figured that was
so
the best way to-
you intended to use these masks in commission of crimes.
Yes.
What the fuck is happening?
Did you attempt to extort the towns of Gunsmoke for money?
Yes.
Have we met before?
Yes.
And what did you tell me your name was at that point in time?
Cornelius Kaiser.
Mr. Kaiser, yes. So, you had attempted to extort towns for money. Did any of them pay you off?
Nope. I wish. I only had one answer to that, and that was from TJ, I think his name was.
Okay,
But
it's
he didn't pay
not
me
relevant.
anything.
It's not relevant. It's just the answer is no. You did not receive any money for your attempts to extort the towns of Gunsmoke.
Okay.
On your
fuck?
manifesto that we have here, I'm going to look on page 8, and I'm going to quote it. So the day of the robbery, I go and meet Lil, and then go to meet Jack. With the trials going on, I was going to go to each town to get hostages who stayed home. Do you remember writing that?
Yep.
So you did not dispute a single word of that page.
No, I did write it.
All right, that's fine.
What the fuck is happening?
Now, were you associated in any way, form, or fashion with Dr. Marge, and I'm going to butcher the name, I'm just going to Dr. Marge H, or Ms. Odell Chauncey?
I only met her a couple days before. You know, she helped me out. I got sick.
Okay. And did you obtain an unknown number of explosive barrels from this doctor?
Nope.
I beg your pardon?
No, I did not.
Hang on just a moment here. Yeah, on page 5 of your statement here, I'll quote again the entire page. She tells me, might have a big job and would get back to me. Well, I found out she got blown up and go check on her, and she gave me the rest of her kegs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know I wrote that, but she didn't give me any.
You specifically stated she gave you the kegs.
Because I was told that if I wrote a statement that my sister would not be charged for high crime of blowing up a bank. So I wrote a convincing statement to give out so she wouldn't get charged.
So you wrote this and it's false. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
But you've already verified the veracity of one page, page 8.
Well, I'm not saying everything's false. I'm saying that certain parts are. So
Oh.
I had to make it believable.
Uh-huh. You are still under oath. You do realize that, sir.
I know.
All right. So, the day of the robbery. Did you come into town here in Juniper on the day of the trial? Excuse me, and leave a bad box with a note in it?
Yep.
And what'd that note say?
Time is up.
Time is up. Would it be accurate to assume you were talking about the deadline for the extortion scheme?
That was it.
So no one had paid you, you were out of patience, you were going to get your money.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yep.
How exactly were you anticipating getting your money if none of the towns had responded to your extortion schemes as of yet?
Well, I can circle back around. I was at the trial. I heard they pleaded guilty, so I decided I'd go check the towns before everybody got back. Because I figured there'd be fewer people in the towns, and I was going to round them up one by one and dress them up in them outfits so that they wouldn't know that we were the bandits and with the hostages until they paid, and then leave with that money.
Pretty smart idea. Not gonna lie.
So you plan to have money given to you via ransom as opposed to extortion?
Yep, that was it.
I'm gonna... You had an altercation, and this is not related to the bank robbery. I'm just setting a background. You had an altercation in Glacier Falls with another man, wherein you got shot in the shoulder, correct?
Yep, yes I did.
I know, I treated that wound myself. After that, all your hostage attempts were a complete and total failure, were they not?
Objection leading the witness.
Okay, fine. I'll rephrase, Your Honor. Did you have any success taking any hostages?
Pretty
When we
straightforward.
came back after we went to Fox Pass, there was a little boy, Caleb, I think his name was, in green. I used him, but only for a minute, to get the gun from the dog that shot my sister. I used him to get that little girl out of the hiding in the food stand to come out and get me the gun from the dog.
All right. So, you've been shot. I'm going to look at your statement here, and I'm going to quote page 16 in its entirety. So we use all the kegs we can. The rush makes me want hostages, so I try to find some. They all keep running away, so I find a little kid in green. Now, the little kid in green would be this Caleb boy you were talking about, was it not?
Probably. I think that's what I've heard his name called.
Okay. So that is an accurate page.
Oh.
Not all of it. Not in this entirety.
Oh, he had to watch his words there.
Very well.
Ew, he's
Let's
like,
get,
is he like, what is he
right
doing
to
to that
brass
wound?
tacks. Did you place explosives around the walls of the Glacier Falls Bank?
No, I did not.
What is he?
You
He's like,
did not.
why is he like fiddling the wound?
You did not. Did you place explosives on the citizen vaults of Glacier Falls?
No, I did not.
Now, have you been entirely honest with me the entire time you've known me?
No, sir.
You have not. We established that when you told me a fake name when I treated you the first time. For your, I believe you stated in the bank, or in the jail, that it was a self-inflicted wound.
Yes, sir. I've also told you my name was Cornelius Kaiser, which was not.
So you lied to me about how you got the wound? You lied to me about your name?
Objection relevant.
Okay.
What has this got to...
I'm getting to that, Your Honor.
Make it quick.
Is there any reason why we should believe you were not lying about writing this statement under duress?
That's a fair point.
That objection didn't make...
Yeah, I plead the fifth on that.
That's not
Shall
how
I-
pleading the fifth works, but please rephrase the question.
What the fuck?
Is there any reason you can come up with why we should believe you are not lying right now when you say this statement was not true?
Objection speculation.
On
He
what?
has no way of knowing what the prosecution is thinking.
Very well. I'll withdraw that particular question, Your Honor.
All right.
So, as I understand this series of notes saying time was up, it was time for all the towns to pay for your extortion schemes. You went around trying to find people to take hostages. You did not have any success except for one child that you used to force another child to obtain a weapon that a dog had buried.
Objection relevant. That has nothing to do with the charge.
I'm still Still working on this. I'm doing a summarization of the patient's, or the defendant's testimony.